a tree.
We are here.
We are here.
Standing strong.
Standing strong.
In our rightful place.
In our rightful place.
Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock.
Rooted like a tree.
Rooted like a tree.
We are here.
We are here.
Standing strong.
Standing strong.
In our rightful place.
In our rightful place.
You.
Well, in life, sometimes everything doesn't always come to you as someone else's problem. This organization came to me as my own problem, that how I think is, I'm a domino effect type of thinker, that if it affects me, it affects someone else. At the time, my building was sold, and I had to find a place to stay. And all of a sudden the market is skyrocketing. So, and I'm also was on Section 8. So I was not able to secure a place. And I started noticing that, these places are very high, and, what are people doing? And then I ran into the Miami Workers Center, and they were doing things. They were knocking on doors, and they were doing phone banking. And I got in part of it because at the same time I was experiencing it. I was also, being able to speak to people like mayors and commissioners and making them aware of what's going on. Because even though that I guess politicians supposed to be for the people, and knowing what's going on in the community is supposed to be their job, apparently they knew, but they wasn't doing anything about it. And so with me joining with the Miami Workers Center, we went out and we sought the experts. And the experts are the people that are experiencing the problem.
There may be hundreds of us here in Miami at this mobilization, but we are also connected with our workers, sisters and brothers all over the world marching this May Day. We are united, we are powerful, and together we demand better and win the rights we deserve. Woo!
And we really got so involved that we decided and listened to people and see and ask them questions. What would it look like for you to have housing? And many of us came up with that, a slogan that housing is a human right. And so therefore we went out and we started talking to politicians and just a few weeks ago, we got a Tenant Bill of Rights passed. And it took us for almost a whole year fighting for this, but we got it passed.
I'm gonna say I won because I feel like I was telling my partner here, my friend, I have victory, not a victory. I feel like a good example, Martin Luther King. Everybody know his story. He fought until he died for his cause. And if we want to have these bills passed, even though they say they're halfway about stuff, we still have to fight. It's like we push them to the corner, then they have no choice to make their choice. If we take that half win, we give it up too quick. It don't make no sense we go and fight and then go backwards instead of going front. It don't make no sense. So I would not accept a half win.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So we got to pass this Tenant Bill of Rights today. Miami needs it, all of Miami needs it, and I don't know how we're going to survive without one, a real one, a good one, a strong one. That's what Miami deserves. I know that for me, I've dealt with flash eviction notices, I've dealt with not being able to find representation, I've dealt with rent hikes that gave me 2 weeks notice. We've all dealt with so many crazy, insane issues, and we're standing up, we're fighting back, we've got our voice, and I believe we've got our city behind us. Do we have our Miami City behind us? Yes. We're gonna set the standard for the rest of the South.
Miami rent is too damn high. Yes, it is. And not only that, it's gonna take them to 2026 to get $15. We had it on our legislation. So if we're making under minimum wage here in Miami, how are we gonna afford to live in a decent, I'm just saying decent place? We need the Tenant Bill of Rights, but this is just a small step.
On the deferral, I had a motion by Commissioner Sosa, second by Commissioner Martinez. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Soto? Yes. Commissioner Cohen-Higgins? No. Commissioner Garcia? Commissioner Hardeman? Commissioner Hayman?
On the deferral, yes.
Commissioner Higgins? No. Commissioner Martinez?
Yes.
Commissioner McGee? I'm sorry, didn't
Those
you?
are no. No.
Commissioner Montesino?
No.
Commissioner Regalado?
No.
Commissioner Sosa?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Gilbert?
No.
Chairman Diaz?
Yes.
Motion fails 5-8.
Okay, we're breaking for lunch. We'll be back at 1:15 and get ready to be here a long time. Call your appointments, cancel, do whatever you gotta do. And you have a phone when we come back.
Commissioner Hardeman? Commissioner Hayman? Yes. Commissioner Higgins? Yes. Commissioner Martinez? Commissioner McGee?
Yes.
Commissioner Monson?
Yes.
Commissioner Regalado?
Yes.
Commissioner Sosa?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto? Vice Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Chairman Diaz?
Hey.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right.
For themselves, who have organized with their neighbors to say, we will not tolerate the abuses that are happening. And so landlord accountability came up when we talked to over 3,000 folks, knocked on their doors throughout this pandemic. Second to that was affordability, and that was before, we started this in 2020, 2021, we started a survey before these rate hikes happened. So I think what a time to be a leader, what a time for these folks to be on the commission to make these hard decisions, to push this county forward, to answer the call to the tenants. What are we gonna do about this? And I think this is the first step, and tenants are saying, we need even more, because $600 rent hikes, $700, $800 shouldn't be tolerable in Miami-Dade County. We can do better than that. And tenants have something to say, and we're gonna push, and we're gonna champion these folks who are here with us today, the mayor, Modestine Regalado, Oliver Gilbert, McGee, everyone who stood in the gap for us. We appreciate that. Higgins, who is not with us right now, but we're gonna continue to push because we know affordability is next, and we know they can make it happen.
So, no